everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm looking at the solo mode in Bardwood Grove, a recent Euro themed after making music in a fantasy land. And disclaimer that I got a review copy of this one. I'll have a separate review in a week or so focused on the competitive and solo play, but for now let's dig into how the solo works. So the basic theme of Bardwood Grove is that this fantasy town has been opened up after a long time, and it was a haven of music. So now each player is controlling a different musician who has come back to make some songs. You're going to be playing venues. You're going to be using music to soothe the savage beasts that are coming by, drawn in by the music being played. And in the end, it's Euro. You're trying to get the most victory points possible. First, many actions will be giving you green crystals, which each represent one victory point. And you have one in this left pool here, along with a event card that's randomly drawn. Then you have some more in this other event pool here with another event card. And this basically divides the game into two halves. The first half, you're taking crystals from the left side while that event is ongoing. And then in the second half of the game, you're taking crystals from the right side with that event. Those are a lot of your victory points. But additionally, this is a deck builder, and you start with a basic deck, but you'll be adding cards to your deck, a whole bunch of different types, and each of them has a blue crystal in the upper right corner, because every single card you add to your deck of any type is worth one victory point as well. And then you'll also be activating these legend cards, you and the bot, and those will give you other ways to earn more blue victory points at the end of the game. And additionally, in the solo mode that I'm playing, you have these challenge cards, which can reward either you or the bot victory points. So those are kind of the main goals you're aiming for, but how do you actually get there? Well, like I said, this is a deck builder, and you'll have two cards in your hand at a time. And on your turn, you pick one of them to go into your little musical line here. That does nothing right now, you just place it. And then the other one you use just for its bottom effect. It'll give you one or more volume, and it'll move your action disc one or more rotations. The volume is tracked here. It's going to be used to pay for effects in just a moment. And the rotation moves this little kind of note symbol here around. And importantly, whenever the discarded card moves it past this little treble clef symbol here, then you get to do a singing turn where you'll resolve all of the cards that you've placed over here. And those will let you interact with different spots on the board. You can buy cards if you're near them. You can play venues, do shows if you have enough lyrics. That's the blue icon here, which a lot of your cards will generate. You can spend red, which is melody, to soothe creatures. That'll get them permanently into your deck, and also to challenge other bards. Oh, and additionally, after you play and discard your card, you'll get a certain number of movement points. You can move yourself around, and you're moving from inner space to inner space, and you're always going to have 3 or 4 locations adjacent to you. There are ways to extend your range with certain crystals you can gain from card effects, but generally you can only do things with these places around you whenever you sing. If you have extra movement left over, you can move your little boat up here with it, and this will give you a discount when you try to get one of those endgame scoring legend cards into play. It'll take away 1 lyric from the cost at first, and then eventually 2 or 3 if you go further to the right. You got this little wagon that's moving as you buy cards from the market, only certain cards though. I'll explain all the details as we get into it. But yeah, basically you're playing cards and discarding cards, building up this little row of cards, and eventually you sing and trigger locations near you, and you try to get victory points. So let's jump into Bardwood Grove. I'll show you how the solo mode works, and we'll play through a whole game if we have time. So first of all, I've picked the bongo player. He's going to have a deck of starting cards, and they've got that symbol there. And I forgot to put it out there, but every starting deck has a super fan that starts in the discard pile, so you won't draw it the first time. A fan card is a card that gives you an immediate bonus, and then is discard and you keep on drawing. Like I said, you always draw until you just have 2 of these music sheet cards. But each different bard has their own unique instrument card that is always in their row, so it'll always trigger. Percussive Ensemble says, while singing, gain 1 money every time you spend all your volume. So the bongo player is all about volume manipulation and getting 2 volume and spending it, then getting 3 volume and spending it. If he can do that, he gets a ton of money to buy more cards. So it's my first turn, and I did draw 2 of the same card, although the cards aren't quite identical. You'll see that Jangle Beat B has 2 volume and 2 movement. So I guess the question becomes, how quickly do I want to trigger my first singing phase? Let's say pretty quickly. I want to get some money and spending going soon. So I'm going to place the lower value one there, place this one up there so I get 2 volume, and I rotate my disc twice. And then you check the foot value. In this case, I have 3 feet, so I can move up to 3 times between my bard and my boat. There are also these discs doing actions that require lyrics. That's playing shows and getting legend cards. Those will place these discs out, and then you'll see that you get a bonus. Now, every time, if I had this unlocked, that my little thing here landed on this exact spot, I would get 2 free volume. But none of that now. We just get to move 3. All right, so where do I want to move? The enemy bard is here. The bot actually goes directly on locations, whereas I said I'm in between locations. And they will try to challenge me if anywhere they currently are or have moved recently. They'll be putting these little tokens out. If any of those are adjacent to where I am, they'll challenge me, which is going to bring one of these challenges into play. And these can actually be good for you. You kind of want to get challenged by the bot, but not too often because eventually you won't be able to beat all of the challenges. But yeah, I have 3 movement. I want to stay near the buying places because my bongo power is going to let me buy some stuff. By the way, these are called skill cards, the ones that actually end up in your hand. These blue ones are called improv cards. I do start with 1, so you'll see it eventually. And these are another one that you immediately don't keep in your hand. In this case, they go into your musical row and give you often like free bonuses, and then you draw again. So for now, with 3 movement, I don't really know. Let's just move a single space, and then I'll move my boat twice. I'll get more chances to move soon. So blip, blip, that gets me into my first discount area. I can get a 1 lyric discount on a legend card. And that's it for your turn, except when you sing, turns are incredibly fast for the bot as well. So let's see how they work. So first, you discard 1 card, and all you're looking at is the rotation. So here they're going to rotate a single time, and they will also sing when they pass their notes. That's why you care about this. And then you flip a second card and it'll have them move. And generally, the more times they're moving, the more locations they're going to activate and the more bonuses they're going to get. So it is a little bit random. The fact that I discarded the 2 movement card and kept the 1 movement card is going to help me out here. So they're moving down, and I'm going to grab one of these little tokens. Let me show what you do with it. So their bard moves in whichever direction is indicated. If they would move off the board, they'll move in the opposite direction. They also have these like little teleporters that can have them jump around the board a little bit. But whenever they leave a location, they put the lowest number of these little scrolls they have there, and this is going to determine which places they activate. They'll activate all the scrolled locations they left behind. And they also skip over existing scrolls. So like let's say that he tried to move down again next turn. He couldn't move down, so he'd move up instead, and he'd skip straight past the Poet House and go right to the Bard Rock Cafe. So that's it for an enemy turn. They are, again, very fast until you actually sing. Oh, and sorry, I was so into doing the enemy turn, I forgot to draw for my turn. Oh, and there we go. That's our first blue card, our first improv card, Shake, Rattle, and Roll. So it goes immediately into the line, and I draw again. So these will be the actual ones I have to choose from. Good Vibrations and Rhythmic Chant. And let's talk a bit about what they're actually getting you when they're in your line. We already talked a bit about blue lyrics and red melody. Those are going to be used to activate locations. And then that's going to be volume. Some of them will have a cost here in volume and then another effect. So here I would automatically get a lyric if I had this in my line. But then I could spend 3 volume to additionally get a sound stone. And sound stones can be discarded. First of all, they can be held for a while, so you don't have to use them. Otherwise, all of your lyrics and melody go away after you sing. But a sound stone you can hang on to, and you can discard it while singing to get either a lyric or a melody. So they're really nice. Now, I do want to be checking. Either way, I'm going to sing after this. So getting like some lyrics probably won't help me much. So I should probably do the sound stone one. Although I might not have enough volume, and I want to trigger my ability if I can. So right now I have 2 volume. The Shake, Rattle, and Roll will get me to 4. Discarding either of these will get me to 6, and then I can spend 4 there. I can spend 3 here. Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure. Think maybe I want the Soundstone one. No, let's go for the Good Vibrations. All right, so I'm going to get 2 volume, bringing me to 4, and I can rotate twice. Means I only have a single move. Okay, so I should have paid more attention to where I was placing myself. A little better with how I'm going to move here. So when you sing, you can generally resolve cards in whatever order you want. And when there's 2 different actions, like with a cost for one of them, then you can even resolve those as separate things. So I could like do this to get a red, and then do some other things to get some volume, and then spend 4 to get a red. And this red crystal, by the way, is called a Rangestones. You can discard this to interact with locations that aren't adjacent to you. Now they do have this boombox to keep track of how many lyrics and melody you have. It's good, but I don't know if it's just my copy. The spinners are like really loose, so kind of gets knocked pretty easily. But still, we'll try to keep track of things. So let's go ahead and resolve. I could spend 4 volume to get an extra melody and a range stone, and then I would zero out, so my bongos would give me a coin, because generally your instrument gives you like an ongoing power you can use over and over again. But then I can only get 2 more volume, and I couldn't get the sound stone. And the main thing I can interact with, I'll show you in a second, is a lyric-based thing, not a melody-based thing. So I think I'm going to use my shake, rattle, and roll. I'll kind of move them down to show they've been used to get 2 volume. Then I'm going to use a rhythmic chant and spend 3 volume to get a soundstone and a single lyric. Then I will use jungle rock to get a single melody, although it's not going to help me at all. Now you can also intersperse location activations with your card activations. So just to show you the ones that are immediately around me, I've got a shop right next to me. You can buy the topmost card, which is over here. It's going to move to the right. So right now each card only costs 1 coin. Of course, I have 0 coins. You could also spend an extra coin to dig through the entire deck, and you are allowed to look at it at any time and get a different card and then shuffle them. Oh, and I should say that market token, that little wagon, only increases in value, goes to the right when you buy a skill card, not when you buy an improv card. Okay, then we also have the Stumpy Inn. This is where I can do the legends, but even the cheapest legend costs 4 lyrics. Now, my current boat position does give me a single discount on that, but that would still mean I need 3, which I don't have. Then over here, the Hall of Fame, you can spend 3 volume as many times as you want to do this little megaphone symbol. That's to deal with creature cards. We're not going to talk about that right now. But in short, basically when you get creature cards, you get their bonus at the bottom, and then they go to like kind of an out of the way, out of play area, and you use this to discard them to your deck again so you can draw them and get their bonus again. Or 3 volume for money, or 3 volume for a Rangestone. And then over here, I can spend 2 lyrics to activate a motif. Motifs are up here. I should say that I am playing with one expansion, not really expansion. They have like unlockable content in the game. And I'm playing with the first one, which unlocks Loudstones, which are these things here. And you can basically get them for free when you have at least 6 volume. And then they can be discarded to pay for any volume cost. So people who make a lot of volume love those. But yeah, as you unlock more content, there'll be more of these motifs, more cards in all cases. But when you get a motif, like with the Saga Hut here, you can pick one of them and flip it over. This one lets you put some of your crests, which are on your board, on creatures, which is going to make them easier for you or somebody else to grab, but will also entitle you to their bonus if somebody else grabs them. This is Rangestones, you already know about that. Soundstones, you already know about. That's money, which is pretty self-explanatory, and Loudstones. And when you take one of those bonuses, you flip it over. And a different option whenever somebody activates the Saga Hut or the other one that's on the left side, you can take all the crystals indicated. So right now I would get 2 crystals. Right now I would get 3. And those are victory points, remember? But when you do that, they all flip over again. So you're either flipping them to get their bonus or getting crystals and unflipping them. And so yeah, this is actually what I'm going to use. And you can only use each location once per singing. I'm going to spend the 1 lyric I earned, as well as the 1 soundstone, to do the Saga Hut, and I want to get 3 more soundstones. I know that's a little weird to spend 1 for 3, but remember these are going to hang out for me, and I can use them to do other stuff later. Now, additionally, I have exactly 3 volume left, so I'm going to use the Hall of Fame to get a coin, and then because I've zeroed out, I've spent all my volume, so I get another coin. So I will have 2 of them, and I'll spend 1 immediately to buy this flow card that's on top. Free lyrics sound pretty good. So that goes to the top of my deck, but I know that when I draw it, it'll immediately get played because it's an improv card, and I'll keep on drawing. So it's not going to slow down my deck draw at all. Okay, so I've interacted with each location. I'll note that I could interact with the Stumpy Inn. I've got a 1 discount and 3 soundstones, so I could spend these to get to 4 blue and activate the lowest cost of these legend stacks, because there's 3 of them. There's 4, 6, and then 8. But that just gets me victory points and a way to earn victory points. It doesn't like really immediately help me in any major way. So I think I'm going to hang on to these for now. And that'll be the end of my singing phase. So I discard everything except for my instrument. That always stays out. Now, importantly, each time you sing, you have to count your red and purple, your soundstone and range crystals, and your money. And if you have more than 12 with all those combined, then you have to discard some of them. That doesn't apply to special crystals like the Loudstone. Those have their own internal kind of count. In the case of Loudstones, you can't have more than 2 of them after singing. And those limits are only checked after you sing. So I could build up more of this stuff until it's time for me to sing. Also, I probably should show you the current event, World Tour. So this one is in play as long as these crystals are here. And I am playing on hard mode. There's a few things that change with hard mode for the game because I had beat the bot pretty badly in my last 2 games. Hard mode removes 1 crystal from each stack. So the game tends to be a little bit quicker. And the bot still scores a lot, but you get less time to do your stuff. All right, so World Tour, the current event says, once while singing, gain crystals equal to your discount on the River of Legends, then reset your ship to the starting space. So this is another reason I didn't want to buy one of those legend cards yet, because I want to get my ship to the 2 or potentially even the 3 spot. And then I also get to place a rune here, which is one of those things that eventually unlocks bonuses on the board. So yeah, I like all of that the way it is. All right, so that was a longer turn because it's a singing turn. Those tend to take a little bit. I know I'm drawing 3 cards because I'm getting that flow immediately. And next turn I'll have Bongo Bash or Rhythmic Chant. Okay, meanwhile, they're going to rotate twice. Boop. And they're going to move up, which means they leave the creature behind and they go to the Bardwood Cafe. And since they left the creature, they leave their thing here. They'll activate locations kind of similarly to me, but they have their own rules for each one. So I'll explain those when they come up. All right, it's back to me. And I have a very interesting choice here. Bongo Bash will rotate me 3 times, which would get me almost to singing again. By the way, this token is always at the top. So, like, if when I was, let's say I was here and I played a card that rotated me 3 times, you would still be singing when you pass that again. So you can, like, sing very quickly. Yeah, I could rotate 3 times, which would get me around faster, which wouldn't be so bad because I could just buy, like, another improv card. But this is a nice card to have in my line. 2 volume gets me a Soundstone. That's really pretty easy and flexible, especially since I have the 1 improv card that gives me 2 volume. You know, a Rhythmic Chant. Am I going for blue or red this time? Blue is mainly for legends, those endgame scoring cards. And they're also for locations you can do a show at. You spend as many lyrics. Each of these can only be done once. You place one of your tokens out. Both the legends and the shows get rid of these little tokens for you. You get the indicated number of crystals, and you get the top fan card into your deck, which is another bonus, like, free card that will only help you and then get discarded right away. Whereas red lyrics are mainly for challenging the enemy, which isn't that great. Like, it just gets you one of their tokens that can be spent for a few different effects, or getting creature cards, which again will give you like an immediate bonus, and then you can use the little megaphone to put them back in your deck, so they're never hurtful. But yeah, let's take a little more time before my next song. Let's do the Bongo Bash and discard the Rhythmic Chant for a single volume and a single rotation. Means I won't be taking another singing turn for a little bit, and I get to move twice. And yeah, I kind of like want to be here to buy, but I think I might try to charm Screech over here. With all my Soundstones, I have a pretty good chance of that. So let's stay where I am for now and just move my boat twice. And really try to get it to the end of the river. 1, 2, 3, 4 more moves if I can do that to get that big bonus. And I have emptied my deck, so I'm going to reshuffle these. Remember, my blue will be a free draw. My super fan will get me a money or some volume and be a free draw. And then I'll get some skill cards too. And there is no culling from the game, so your deck kind of moves at the same clip. As you buy skill cards from the market, though, that'll slow it down. But they're also super powerful, so it doesn't usually hurt you that much. Okay, there we go. All right, now the AI is clearly going to sing. Yep, they rotated twice. And they say you can like move the treble clef over there to remind you. And then, they're doing 2 moves, which means they're going to get a better singing turn. Left and then down. So they go left, leaving number 3 at the Bardwood Cafe. And then they go down, leaving number 4 at the Ominous Tune. Okay, so now they are singing. So they're going to activate all the locations that they left their rival tokens behind on, not their own locations. So they don't do anything here. Now, first, they will challenge me if I am bordering on any of their tokens or their current position. So if I was like here even, or here, they would challenge me. And when they challenge you, they take one of your little tokens here, and you get to pick whether you're going to do the easy challenge or the hard challenge. This becomes potential endgame scoring for you or for them. If you succeed at the challenge, you get 1 point if it's on the easy side, 2 if it's on the hard side. If you fail, they get 1 point or 2 points. So it's kind of like a push your luck sort of choice. Now, just to show you what's going on with these crests, you start out with one little melody symbol here, and that's how hard it is for somebody else in the competitive game to challenge you. That's how many red they would have to spend when they're adjacent to you, or sorry, in your space, to have a bard challenge, and they would steal one of your crests. As you get more expensive to challenge. And then the last 4 spots actually have endgame scoring for you, so you want to get to those if you can. So it is a little weird, the challenging in the solo game. I'll talk about this in my review probably, in that you kind of want them to challenge you, but like not too many times, because these challenges, if you can complete them, are just getting you free victory points, and it also helps you to get crests off your board. But yeah, right now I'm not getting challenged because I was not close enough. And what is it? Perform at all 3 locations. That would need a lot of lyrics. Those are the places I just showed you where you play the shows. Or the hard challenge, perform at all 3 locations and have 5 or more fans, not including your super fan. You get 1 fan each time you perform, so that means pretty much perform at least 5 times in the game. If I go for like a hyper blue focus, getting a ton of lyrics, that might be possible. But again, not happening right now. So we resolve things in reverse order. First, the Ominous Tune. They buy a card if their thing is on one of the stacks. They buy it for free. They don't like actually track money or anything. And all they care about for all their cards is getting the 1 victory points. You just put this in like a little scoring stack and never pay attention to it again. But importantly, just like a player, whenever they buy a skill card, the market gets cheap or more expensive. Now here it's still a 1, but next time they buy one of those, it'll be a 2. They also performed, which definitely sucks. Some spots are better for them than others because they get to put one of their tokens down. They get a crystal from that supply of 9 before the first phase ends. And they get the topmost fan, again, just for the 1 victory point, just like I would have. So a lot of the actions do resolve kind of the same way that the players do. Now for creatures, they do something slightly different, whether the first event is in play or the second. A lot of the AI actions will change based on which event you're in because they get stronger for the second event to kind of model their deck getting better. So with event 1, they just put one of their crests out. This means now that for me, I could soothe this creature. It's -1 per crest for 3 melody instead of 4. But the AI would gain any bonus down here, just like a player would for having put their crest down, although they only care about green gems. So like here, if I soothe Clink for 3 melody later, which I totally might do, I'll give the AI 1 crystal from the supply. Okay, then finally the Poet House, which is one of the places that lets you do this. For these, the AI either spends volume, which they can get in a few ways, for crystals, or they gain volume. In this case, they don't have any volume, so they're just going to gain 3. And that's kind of how the AI works for a lot of these little conversion places. They just gain volume or spend it. And all right, that was it for their turn. So coming back to me, I want to soothe that creature, which would need as much red as possible, which is making me go towards Jingle Beat. And then I kind of want to also buy another blue card while they're cheap, which would mean the Rangestone would be good here. So sure, let's put Jingle Beat out, and that means I'm discarding for 2 volume and 2 rotation, so I'm not quite singing yet, and I'm going to get 2 movement. And yeah, I mean, I guess I want to be there or there. So for now, we'll just keep boating it, because if I have the 1 Rangestone, I can use it to pretend that I'm here for 1 location and get the creature. Now back to the bot. They get a single rotation, and good, we dodge another double card, and they're just moving up, which means they're going to buy a blue card. Oh, and also, I guess, a brown card to make it more expensive, so I want to sing before they do that. Oops, I forgot to draw again. Okay, man, none of my free nice things. That's okay. So I need 4 red, 4 red. Is blue gonna help me at all? Oh, I guess I could do another motif where I am. So actually, yeah, another blue would be good. And that's gonna rotate me 2 and 2 volume. That's gonna get me 1. Now I have no way to gain extra volume. So if I want to like spend all my volume for my 1 coin bonus, and I also like want to get that, I kind of want to be at 4 volume. So maybe I do Jungle Beat and then like Rhythmic Chant. Although it's just like a coin. Maybe I do this, because that'll get me, I think, to 2 movement, and then I can get, yeah, okay. So I'll get to 5 volume and 2 rotation, because importantly that gets me 2 movement, which means I'm going to the end of the legend track, and I can get that full 3 crystal bonus, because I spent all my movement doing that. All right, so I'm clearly singing. And I think this time what I want to do is pretty clear. Okay, so I'm going to use my flow to get 1 blue. I'm going to use this one to get 1 red. And I'm going to spend 2 volume to get another soundstone. Then I'm going to use this one to get another blue. And I'm going to spend another 3 volume to get another soundstone, which zeroes me out and gets me a coin from the bongos. And then I'm going to get just a single red because I don't have any more volume. Oh, wait, sorry, red. So that's, yeah, so I have 2 red, 2 blue, 0 volume, 2 coins, bunch of sounds. So first let's spend a coin and get this riff card. It goes on top immediately. Let's spend both of my lyrics to do the motif from the Saga Hut again and get 3 Rangestones. That'll take care of my range deficiency. And I'm going to spend 1 of them to pretend I'm there for a second to do the Screech Creature. You can, by the way, spend 2 Rangestones to activate any location on the board. And they need 4 melody. I've got 2. I'll spend 2 Soundstones to get to the 4 I need, which means I immediately get this. It gets me 3 volume, which I can't spend for any of the effects. Darn it. Oh, I can spend it for the Hall of Fame in a second. So it gets me 3 volume and a crystal. And then the creature goes over here. Again, they won't do anything. They won't be like technically doing anything with my deck unless I spend 3 volume to activate that little effect, which I guess I could do now. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm next to the Hall of Fame. So I'll spend 3 volume, which will zero me out and get me another coin. And I'll activate this, which is called a Bose. So I take the Screech and I put him in my discard pile, which means when I reshuffle, I'm going to do that decently soon, he'll be able to be pulled out. When I pull him out of my deck, I'll get this bonus again, and then he'll go to his little holding area again. Now, the AI is certainly going to buy a skill card and make him more expensive in a second. So you know what? I'm going to use another one of my Rangestones and another coin. Buy this Thunderous Applause. So it gets me 2 reds, and then for 2 volume, it gets me a Soundstone. Pretty dang good. But that will raise the cost of cards to 2, so I am kind of hurting myself ahead of the AI hurting me. And although I could use some Soundstones to do a legend, let's go ahead and activate the event. So I'll send this back to the beginning. get 3 crystals for the world tour. And I'll take one of the tokens off of my board to mark that I've done it and also level me up a bit. So yeah, there's only 4 crystals left before we'll go into the event part 2 phase. Nice. I like that song. That was pretty positive overall. And oh, I should have put the blue on top, right? Yep, there it is. And then oh my gosh. Okay, so I can get a coin or 2 volume. Well, I think I'll get. I guess 2 volume kind of becomes a coin for me, so sure, I'll get the 2 volume. And then there's an actual card, but I'm shuffling again. Let's see if I get my creature soon. Oh, I got flow. I got like all my improv. And then, okay, both rhythmic chants. Interesting. And I check. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, so definitely not 12 or more. All right, the bot's clearly going to sing as well. They get 1. Oh, wait. No, they didn't. Huh. And, oh, they're going down and right. All right, so for the down, there's a little bit more confusing, so let me show how it works. So they leave that behind. They skip over the 1. Now, whenever these are like little things you only use in solo, you place them on the board. Whenever they would move into the little portal here that's purple, here they are for the down movement, you find where the other purple one was placed randomly, and they continue their movement now in this direction. So their down has become a left, and they go to the stumpy inn. And then their movement was a right, which means they're going back through the portal out of the stumpy inn, and they're going all the way up to the rock tower over here. But again, they're not singing yet. And so now coming to me, I've got 2 of the same thing. So the question is, do I want 1 volume or 2, and do I want 2 rotations or 1? 1 rotation will get me to 3 movement instead of 2. So sure, let's discard that one and place that one. That's 1 and 1 volume, and I get 3 movement. Now he is going to challenge me if I don't move, but I know that you get to draw a second card and then pick which one you do. Performing all at 3 locations, maybe I'll be able to do by the end of the game. And in fact, I might want to perform soon-ish. Especially down at this 3 blue is cheaper, because I've already got 2 blue locked in my cards. Ooh, and I could also go for that guy with my Rangestone. So sure, what if I move 2 and then move my boat once? I mean, I guess I did run away from the rival, so now he can't challenge me, but we'll probably get that activated at some point. Okay, and this time he's definitely singing. There's a single rotation and 1 movement down, which, lordy, they're making this complicated, aren't they? Boop, through the purple. And then over to the chorus, but they did leave a token over on the rock tower. Okay, so rock tower, they're going to spend 3 volume, get a crystal. Remember, they built up that volume from another action previously. Okay, then, oh, they're going to do a legend. And they always pick the lowest level out of the 3 that they haven't done yet, and they put one of their tokens. And when event 1 is active, they do the one you can see, so you kind of have some predictability of what's coming. When event 2 is active, so always when you do a legend, you draw 1 card and then pick one of the 2. So here they could choose between, if it was a player, Trobacy 1 or Board of the Things 1. But when it's event 1, they always do the one that was already there. When it's event 2, they always do the new one. So you have like less predictability of what is coming. They get 1 crystal for completing a level 1 legend. See, for lyrics, you get 1 crystal. But they've also activated this for me. I will get 2 crystals at the end of the game if I have 5 or more non-starting skill and or improv cards in my deck. I already have, I think, at least 3, right? So I just got to keep buying a few more of those red and blue cards, and I'll be fine. And then speaking of buying cards, boop, boop. They're getting 1 skill and 1 improv, and that pushes this up, so it's still going to be 2 for a little bit longer. And oops, I forgot to draw my cards again. Always in a hurry to do the AI. Okay, 2 rotations would start a song. 1 would not. Either way, this is going to get me a second red, which... Oh, that's good, because I have the creature that I'm going for. So which volume count do I want? Either of these will need a 4, and that'll need a 3. That gets me 2. So I kind of want to have, like, what, I don't know, 5 volume? Right? Because then I can spend some, get 2 more, and spend some more. Right now I'm at 3, so that would get me to 5, and would also have me sing right away. I think I'm ready to sing already. So sure, let's do that. So I go up to 5 volume, I get a 2 rotation. Boop, boop. And I can move once, which doesn't really seem to make... much sense either way, so I guess I'll just move my boat. All right, so there we go. All right, so now let's do stuff. So I want to get some lyrics to do the Mud Shack. I guess I could buy another skill card. I hate slowing my deck down too much. I could spend Melody to get coins, but no, I want to spend Melody to get this guy, right? I mean, that was the plan at least. Okay, so what have I got? So let's do the basic stuff first. I'm getting 1 red and 1 blue. It's easy enough. Then I'll get another red and blue from those. So I'm at 2 and 2. And then I'll spend 3 volume to get a Soundstone. Gets me to 2. Then I'll use this to get back to 4. Then I'll use this to get another Melody and a Rangestone. That zeroes me out. So that gets me a coin for my percussive ensemble. I think that's everything. So I have no volume left. 2, 3, 2 coins, bunch of sound. So let's do the performance first. So I'll spend 1 soundstone to get to 3 blue. Zero that out to perform at the mud shack. Taking over my tokens off, I have revealed one of my bonuses, by the way. They'll give me a single crystal, which means there's only one more gem before this event is done. And I get the classical elven fan, which gets me coins, or lets me turn coins into soundstones on top of my deck. Nice. Okay, then I'll spend a Rangestone to pretend I'm here with Clink. And I'll spend all 3 of my Melody, because I have a 1 discount from the boss being there. Not the boss, the bot. So this I get, by the way, and I'll show you how I can spend these in a second. But they get just the gem bonuses, so they're going to get a gem, which means the first event is done. We'll get to the second event in a second. I also get a gem from activating him, and I also get a 3rd coin. Now, I have 3 money, so I could buy something. Do I want another skill card? I kind of hate to muddle things up. And look, it's getting me... I need 5 volume to activate that. So I could spend my range stone to get the blue. And I could spend 2 to get chorus or 3 to get... Oh, they're all just conversion things. I mean, chorus isn't bad. It lets you spend extra lyrics to get soundstones. So you can either save them for later or like convert blue to red. And it's still a victory point, and it's not going to slow down my deck, and it gets me closer to that 1 legend that wants me to buy more cards. So sure, I'll spend my other Soundstone, 2 money, to grab the chorus. That was another one before he does. All right, and that'll be it for me. Still got a nice number of Soundstones left. And let's see, I should be getting some bonuses. Yep, so chorus goes there. I'll get the coin instead of turning a coin into a Soundstone. I want to keep buying stuff. And, I get Screets. That's another crystal and 3 volume. Well, game's going really fast this time, especially with the hard mode where you move crystals, because we are already digging into stuff. And I got my super fan. Do I want 2 more volume? No, it's going to be a while before I sing again. Although if I get to 6 volume, I could get a Loudstone. But I think with the bongo guy, the Loudstone's not as useful because I don't want to be spending those. I didn't explain. Did I explain how volume Loudstones work? I told you that if you have 6 volume, you can get one by zeroing out your volume, but they can also be used to pay for a single volume cost. So like 1 Loudstone could be discarded to pay the 4 volume here for that. So they're good if you get more like high volume cost cards. But yeah, I think I'm just going to get a 3rd coin from a super fan. And okay, there we go. We're about to go through our deck again. Ooh, no, I guess there's no way for me to get the creatures back in my discard. I'm not going to be able to sing fast enough. Oh well. And let's pause for a sec and check the new event. There's another Once While Singing one. There are a whole bunch of these. I just randomly picked them. The Wizard. Once While Singing, gain unique Bard Stones equal to your discount on the River of Legends, then reset your ship to the starting space. And then you place a rune out again. At least with what I'm playing, again, there are more special stones you can unlock with the little like in-game sort of expansion unlockable content. These are the 3 unique Bard Stones. So like if I had my boat on the 3 spot, I could, while singing, get a Loudstone, a Soundstone, and a Rainstone. Oh, and I almost forgot. What can you do with your enemy's crest? So for 1, you can get a money or a Soundstone. For 2, you can flip a motif. You can't do the unflip thing where you get all the crystals, but you can flip a single motif. And for 3, you can get 4 crystals. Not bad. Okay, but enough about that. They're rotating once, and they are moving left and then up. So boop, boop. They'll be performing again. And now I think in event 2, when they perform, they skip 1. So they'll get 3 crystals. Pretty dang good. Okay, coming back to me, this one's pretty obvious. I bought this card. This is the one that I purchased. So it gets 2 red all by itself, so I gotta use it. And that'll get me 2 volume. Ooh, and 2 rotations, which actually gets me 2 more volume. So this is interesting. The Loudstones combined with Percussive Ensemble. I did check the rules, and Loudstones say when you spend 6 volume, you can get a Loudstone. But this only activates when I spend all my volume while singing. So I guess I don't have to decide yet. But I could at any time spend 6 volume to get this, which will mean that I won't waste whatever volume I gain from like the next cards I play. But yeah, for now I don't have to decide because I could do it before I actually play my cards next turn. Now let's see what I get. Oh, okay, there we go. 2 volume bonus. Money or money for... this time I actually will spend the money to get a Soundstone. I've got enough to buy a card anyway. Okay. I'm going to get the Loudstone and then get 2 volume. I think that's maybe the right call. Okay, and there we go. Oh, by the way, I forgot to move 3, didn't I? Yeah, I was so excited about everything else. Now that I have the wizard thing out, should I move? I could go for the other performance space. He's going to skip to the 7, so I could jump in with the 5, although I don't have that much blue right now. Or I could keep going for creatures. And I kind of want to get over here to get like this card and buy that, so I keep on not bloating my deck too much. Well, either way, let's move 1, defer the decision a bit, and move 2 on the boat to try to at least get to the 2 spot here. Okay, what are they doing? They're rotating twice, so almost ready to sing again. And they're going left. I'll tell you what happens when they shuffle in a second. It's based on difficulty level. They're going to go to the bank, which doesn't do too much for them. And they're at one of those like little sound conversion places, which doesn't do too much for them either. So I'm pretty happy with all that. All right, so now me. They're about to sing. They are going to buy something, but it won't increase the market cost. And yeah, then how much volume do I want? Currently, it's got 2 costs and then a 3 cost, although I've got to the thing. I probably want to boast to get my creatures back. See, I think I might want to move more. So I'm not going to sing yet. I'm going to discard the one that's 1 and 1, gets me 3 volume, gets me 2 movement, and I'll put that one out. Yeah, it gets 2 movement. I want to at least get to creature, blue card I can buy, and then maybe I'll move 1 more to like the Posh Pit or the Poet House, or I can use my Rangestones. Then the other movement, I'll go over here to get those stone things. I'm hoping I get some more of my free card bonuses. Oh, nope, I just get a bunch of jangle beats. Okay, so when his discard pile is taken out, you take the movement pile, not the discard pile. And if you're playing on hard mode, you shuffle it and you take the first single movement cards, 2 of them you come to. If you play on easy mode, you take the first double movement card. So basically, for whatever time is left in the game, however much it impacts with kind of the randomness, you're going to have slightly harder or easier cards for them to deal with. Okay, and then you just shuffle everything back together and they'll go again. All right, so they are rotating once and moving down, which means they left that behind. Okay, so they're getting 6 volume now. It gets better with Event 2, remember? So you don't want to stay in Event 2 too long. The bank. What the heck do they need for the bank? So if my badges were on the bank, because you can leave them there to like take a loan, then they would get my badges, which are worth victory points to them. If my badge is not, which it isn't here, they put it down and they get victory points equal to the current market value minus 1. So just 1 here. What is terrible, again, this is probably the worst location for them to go to, is this one. So they're skipping 1 because it's Event 2. They're getting 3 victory points plus the top fan. So that's 4 victory points for them in one go. And the pile is about half out. We'll probably only get to sing like maybe 2 more times. And they're buying a blue card. That part's fine. All right, now it's my turn. And yeah, I'm worried about them making me not be able to sing anymore. So I'm going to do the 2 and 2. Get to 5. Yeah, because I have a 2 and then a 3 cost there. So that seems good. And that'll rotate me twice. So I'll have 2 movement. But I want to be here, right? I want to get him. And then I can boast everybody there. I can buy that to finish up that 1 quest. And then I guess I can use the wizard to get a Rangestone to maybe do something bluish, like maybe perform at the Posh Pit. So yeah, if I don't need to move, I'll just, sadly, I'll move my boat twice. And look, I almost got to the 3 where I would have gotten 3 types of stones. Oh well. All right, so let's do some easy stuff. I'm going to spend 2 coins to buy the Overture. All right, I need to do 3 volume here for that. And I've got 5 plus gaining 2 plus, of course, the Loudstone. But yeah, so I've got 5, like 7 volume to spend. 2 and 3 and another 3 is too much, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's any way for me to activate my power more than once with the volume I went to, which is kind of a bummer. All right, so yeah, it's fine. Let's do this. So first, I'll get 2 melody. I'll get 1 lyric. I'll get a mother melody. All of that's free. Then I'll spend 2 and then 3 volume. That zeroes me out, so I get a coin. And that gets me a loud crystal and a soundstone. Then I'll use a soundstone to pay for the 4. Gets me a 4th melody and a Rangestone. I'll use another Loudstone. Oh no, and I'm not going to do that yet. Hold on. I was going to do the Poet House to boast, but let's wait. Let's go ahead and spend all 4 of my my melody to get Clink. I'll get a crystal and a coin. By the way, there are boss creatures you'll see on the bottom that are more expensive but have more value to them. Okay, now that I got the 3rd creature, let's go ahead and use my Loudstone to trigger the Poet House. Get all 3 of these boys back in my discard pile so that hopefully I can get to them before the game ends. Okay, then I've got a single blue. I could just convert it, right? I could turn it into a Soundstone with Chorus, or I could spend, I want to do this. I'm going to spend my Rangestone to get to the Posh Pit. And I'll spend my 1 lyric plus 2 Soundstones to get that one going. That gets me a single crystal. and a fan on top of my deck. That'll get me Rangestones. Cool. And I do have 2 money again, but I already bought a blue, didn't I? Yeah, that's where it is. I do have this to get 2 volume, but I didn't have a way to spend that exact 2 volume with my mix of cards, sadly. See, I think... Oh, I forgot I have that. That just gives me a coin or a soundstone. No, that's fine. Okay, so I think that's it. And, okay, we're getting a free Rangestone. We're getting another free Rangestones from my new fans. Okay, I'm getting flow. Oh my gosh, yeah, see, I knew I had some blue cards coming. And perfect. Okay, I'm through my deck, so in a second, I'll be able to hopefully draw into some of those creatures for free crystals before the game ends. And yeah, they're pretty far from singing again. Yep, there's only a single rotation. And they're just going left. So, lyrical. Okay, they're going to buy more stuff. That's fine. They're also going to activate another legend, though. Oh, it's going to be a level 2 legend. Although it's kind of good for me, because look, this one says per monster in your deck you get 1, which right now would be 0. Sorry, not specifically boss creatures. That's what that icon is. But they're going to do whatever the topmost one is. So hopefully it'll be something I actually score, and that'll be a bit of a swingy random thing. We'll see how it goes. All right, so what have I got? What do I want to do? I've got a free blue. I've got a free red. If I let them challenge me, I just got to get 5 blue to play the last location I haven't done yet, which tends to be worth the most victory points. So yeah, let's play. Okay, that's gonna make me sing again already. I do have enough. Oh, crud! I forgot about the wizard. Yeah, let's say that I did this. Sorry, got another one of my tokens out there. Boop. And of course, I'm gonna get a sound stone and a loud stone. I don't need Rainstones as much. Okay, but yeah, coming back to this. Should I sing again? I'm probably not going to end the game. I just don't want to, like, not draw into all my creatures. But yeah, I think I need 5 blue. So if I played that one, that's just 2 blue. I've got enough soundstones to do the rest. But it seems like it might be a little bit wasteful. If I could buy another card with my money. I mean, then what do I do with my red? Because I guess I don't have a single red. I don't know. That seems so... No, I'm going to build up a bit more and play this one to get me 2 volume and 2 rotations. And that will get me, I didn't show you, this is the other thing I unlocked. I get a free sound stone now when that lands on that, and I get to move 2. Okay, but I do want to be here for one of them. And I guess in case I get the chance to do a legend, I'll do that for the other. Although I'm going to spend all my blue on places, so yeah, it probably won't matter. Now this could be big. How many free cards, of which I have a lot, will come out before other cards? Oh, there's one. Do I need that many Rangestones? But do I need that much volume? Let's get the free Rainstone. I'm afraid of using up all my volume too early. I got enough coins to buy stuff, and they aren't worth anything afterwards anyway. Wait, but if I get the 2 volume, I can just get a loud stone, I guess. Now, I guess I'll get the coin, because I don't want to waste it. Now I wish I'd gotten the things. Ooh, spend a coin for a soundstone. Heck yes. By the way, I'm getting all my fans. There's a regular card. Oh, clink. I get another coin and a victory point. All right, cool. Oh, I got free volume. Okay, and there we go. So when I sing, I'll have this much stuff. Okay, they are... Wow. Keep on drawing their doubles for rotation, which means they rotate more slowly. There they go, up and right. Yeah, I have thoughts on the solo balance, but I guess we'll see what their final score is before we really decide if things went. Crud, they're gonna do that thing to get all the crystals. I should jump in there first if I can. I do have enough Rangestones to do it, so cool. All right. I mean, I guess. Well, I was gonna say I should obviously do the one I paid for, but do I actually have anything to spend all the red with? Well, I could use a lot of Rangestones to get another creature, maybe, right? I mean, it just feels dumb to not use this one that is clearly so much more powerful, or at least intended to be so much more powerful. So sure, I'll do that and discard that. That gets me 2 volume to 6, and then 1, 2, so I can move twice. But again, I think I'm in the right place, I guess. Let's move my boat to a 1 discount. And then I'm singing. Let's get all my free stuff first. Sorry, let's move over here to where my volume is visible. I've got 1 blue, 1 red off the bat. And then 1, 2, 3 more red. Oh, crud. Yeah, I guess I better soothe the creature. I thought I was going to be doing more playing in the thing. I'll just have to use a lot of soundstones for that. Okay, I get a free range stone. So all that's left is all my volume effects. Oh, and these are actually super inexpensive volume-wise. But I can't have more than 2 loud stones. Okay, here's what I think I'm going to do. It's a little goofy. I'm going to spend everything to get a loud stone. That gets me a coin. Then I'm going to get 2 volume back. Then I'm going to spend that 2 volume to get a sound stone. That gets me a coin. Then I'm going to use a loud stone to get 2 loud stones, paying that 2 cost. And then I got to use at least one of those or I'll have too much. And I'm left with this. Okay, so let's just do the main thing first. I need to play at this venue. So I'm going to spend 4 Soundstones and my 1 blue to play, which gets me 2 crystals. Oh crap, there's only 2 crystals left. I might end the game here. And I get a fan. I'm going to spend 2 coin to buy that. I'm going to spend another 2 coin to buy this because it's a victory point, so why wouldn't I? And the market never really got too high this game. Okay, and then I have Loudstones to do this, although there's not really much point. I already did that. I already did that. So everything else is Rangestones. Yeah, I think I might just go ahead and end the game, and not the opponent. The AI still gets one more turn to kind of finish up, and the same thing with you. If the bot ends the game, you get like one more regular turn, and then you automatically sing. But yeah, I've got 4 things. So here's I think the best I could do. I'm going to spend 2 Rangestones to go over to this Clank guy. I'll spend all 4 to get him. Remember, 2 Rangestones lets you go anywhere, and he gets me another Rangestone, which gives me a second one, and he gets me a crystal. And then with the now 2 Rangestones I have, and 2 of my remaining Soundstones, I'm going to jump into the training burrow that he was about to activate, and flip these over. I think that's good for me. It gets me 2 crystals, which means the game will end. I get another 2 crystals as a bonus for ending the game. And yeah, I just checked. Now the rival, when he resolves that, is going to get nothing for it, which is way better than the gems they were about to get. Can I have a billion Loudstones left, but nothing that's actually worth victory points to me? Well, he is about to do a legend card, and there are a small number of them that care about like your money and your gems. So let's go ahead and activate the Poet House 3 times and get 3 coins for it. I don't have any more Rangestones to actually buy anything with them, so oh well. And all right, so that'll end the game. Let's do the final bot turn. We can count points. All right, so what are they doing? They are rotating once. They would not have sung otherwise, but you always sing at the end of the game. And going left again. There's so many turns like this. We'll talk about it later. But okay, they're going to abandon the Rock Tower. And let's go. So Rock Tower, they had 6 volume because the event 2 got them that much. So they get 2 crystals for that because they're converting on a 3-for-1 basis. Okay, then here, motifs. Because that was a 3 value token I removed, they flip over the 3rd from the left spot. But because there was no crystals, they don't get anything for it. So I prevented them from getting some points. Now a legend. They will do some random level. I think it's level 2. Let me check whether the second event affects this. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, so they get 2 crystals for doing this. And then they will randomly do... per 5 cards in your deck. Thank you, randomness, for giving me lots of points. Because that would have been 0. And then they get a final card, increasing the market to 3 value, but no one cares at this point. And that's it. Let's count points up. Oh, wait. No. That's not quite it. I forgot about the challenges because they were next to me. This is actually going to earn me points. So I flip another one, then I pick. So having the rivals, I do actually have one of the rivals things, and I performed at all 3 locations. I forgot that I had this. Maybe I could have spent it for something better. But that's fine. So yeah, either of these, if I pick the higher one, will get me... 1 victory point, so it doesn't really matter because the other one isn't effective at the end of the game. Okay, now we can actually check the end. All right, here we go. Rival. It's terrible handwriting. Gets how many greens? That's 12. How many blues in here? It is nice and easy to count because it's the only place they put them. 7. I think I'm going to wallop them, y'all. How many of my badges do they have? That's generally only from like the bank or soothing creatures that I had. Importantly, it does not count badges on their challenges, so that's a big fat 0. And then they get, they don't care about the actual quests and like whether they did it. Any legends that I or they activate will automatically give them 1, 2, or 3 victory points based on the tier. So here it's just 3 for 1 tier 1 and 1 tier 2. I never even activated a legend because I find, I don't know, I do think that the performance venues are a little bit more only beneficial for you with the fan you get. Whereas while you do get free crystals for these, well, I guess you can pick ones that are really good for you. Like clearly I like that they picked that one. And yeah, they didn't score for the only challenge, so they get 22. Is that really the score? That seems super low. Yeah, I think I skunked them. We'll see. Okay, now for me, Mike. It's also bad handwriting. 5, 10, 15, 17. Good job, me. How many blues in my deck? And this counts everything, like no matter where it is. So it includes these. It includes like your discard. It includes everything. All right, that was 14. Good job, me. Okay, and then badge. Oh, that's badge crystals, which is like if you got far enough in your badges for these. I did not. So let's go to legends. So I do get the 1 for that. For this one, if you have 5 or more non-starting skills, I definitely do. So that's 2 more. And then this one is per 5 cards in your deck. I think that does count your instrument cards. So let's count. Well, it wouldn't have made a difference because I have 22 cards in my deck, or 23. So I get 4 more, which is 7, 21, 31, 38. Not bad. Remember, that was on the official hard mode. But yeah, we'll wait for my review and some thoughts about the balance and stuff. But yeah, that was Bardwood Grove. I hope it looked fun. I certainly enjoy the card play and kind of like resolving your song and those combo effects. But yeah, more to come in about a week with some thoughts on the game. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good gaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.